Hey, Shalom Israel. Welcome to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody in person. Shalom to you and your families, and also shalom to everybody online. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom in Houston, Texas, Stream of Wisdom, Rochester, New York, Stream of Wisdom, Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out to Kawakab in Guatemala, and shout out to Amiadzai in London, and to all of Kawakab's congregation as well, scattered throughout Atlanta and all the different languages that he teaches in. And shout out to brothers in California, Albuquerque, Detroit, Miami, Florida, Atlanta. Shout out and shalom to everybody. All right, so this is kind of a new direction, but not necessarily, but just kind of a tweak from last week. It's called Behavior of a Shameful Caregiver. All right, so what is a caregiver? First of all, let me ask the class that. What is a caregiver? I know the word pretty much embodies it, but what is a caregiver? Yes, sir.
Someone that's overwatched for your well-being.
Just speak up a little bit so that way the camera can hear you.
A person that's taking the oversight over your well-being.
Right. Somebody that's responsible for somebody else. What you got now, guy?
Well, someone in a position to, who's supposed to be in a position to offer you the nurturing you require or see what you're in need of or what you may lack, is supposed to be the source to fulfill whatever needs or lack that you may have.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So let's go ahead and get it started with that because, that's what we're made for. And the Most High has an expectation that we be these caregivers for the people around us. So we want to make sure that we're up to the challenge and we're responsible and accountable for how we deal with the Most High's flock, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the first verse. Jeremiah, first reader, chapter 18. We're going to read 1 through 6. And it's a lot, so I don't want to rush through it, but I do want to kind of get a lot done. Next brother, get 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 19.
Ready?
Yes, sir. Shalom, family online. Shalom, everybody.
Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 1.
I got we got online. We got some sisters that put someone that attends to another, very good, and someone that provides care and support to someone else, very much so. All right, let's go ahead and read that. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 1 through 6.
Jeremiah 18 and 1. The word of the Lord, the word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house.
Go ahead. He said, go down to the potter's house. Read.
And there I will cause thee to hear my word.
He said, and there the Most High told Jeremiah, go down to the potter's house, and I'm going to show you something when you get down there. And I'm going to teach you something, and I want you to pay attention to something when you get there. Read.
Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheel.
So while Jeremiah went down to the potter's house, the potter was doing what a potter does. He was working a work on the wheel. He was making something. He was fashioning using clay and molding something and shaping something, and spinning the wheel and configuring his artifice. Read.
Verse 4. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred.
He said, but stop. He said, but the vessel that he made was what?
Was marred in the hand.
He says it was marred in the hand. So obviously, whatever vessel that he was creating, that he was shaping, something went wrong. Something went wrong with the vessel that the potter was shaping. Read.
Said, and the vessel that was made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter.
And that's what marred means. Marred means it was damaged. That means there's something wrong with it, or he wasn't able to. It was destroyed from its original purpose, intended for this vessel to be created. If he was making a bowl, it didn't come out right. It might have it looked like a saucer. It might have been crooked. If he was making a pitcher or a vessel, it might have had a hole at the bottom. Or just warped. Or it was warped. It was too thin in a certain area. So he said the potter made a vessel, but something's wrong with it. Read.
So he made it again.
It says, so the potter did what?
So he made it again.
So he made it again. So the potter has the ability, when he sees something that doesn't look right about what he's fashioning and what he's molding, he has the ability to make it again. right? So what does that mean? That means that the Most High is sending Jeremiah down here to teach him something, because there's something he wants to understand or gain from what he's witnessing, as an example of watching this potter work this work on a wheel. Obviously, whatever he was making didn't come out right, so he said the potter did what?
So he made it again.
So he made it again.
Another vessel.
So he made it again, another vessel, right? Hold that where we at, Amiathi. We're going to go right back to it. Next, brother, give me that 2 Timothy 2 and 19.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 19 reads, ready?
Yep.
Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure.
It says the Most High knows what he's doing, first and foremost. We got to recognize the Most High knows exactly what he's doing at all times. There's no doubt that the Most High doesn't know what he's doing and what he's making and what he's building. Read.
Come, having this seal.
He says one thing that you can count on is what? Read.
Having this seal.
What seal does the Most High have? Or confirmation that the Most High has? What does he have? Read.
The Lord knoweth them that are hid.
So the one thing the Most High knows is that he can recognize what he created, and what he created will be used for its intended purpose. One thing the Most High understands is he knows what he's doing. If the Most High is behind the wheel, he's the one working the work. He's the one that's molding the clay. But one thing you can guarantee is that the Most High knows exactly what he's doing. Right? He says, and he recognizes what?
Come, and he recognizes the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that
and it says, so if the Most High is making these vessels, he knows the vessels that are coming out correct. What are two ways the Most High knows that the vessel is being made correctly? Read.
Let everyone that nameth the name of Yahushua.
Let everybody that name the name of Yahushua, that call on the name of the Lord, that profess to know him, read.
Depart from iniquity.
One way that the Most High knows that you're being made correctly, that you're being fashioned correctly, is because you're in the process of what?
Departing from iniquity.
Because your life is about removing itself from its sins and iniquities and faults. You occupy yourself with removing your mistakes and your flaws. This is how the Most High knows that these are approved vessels, because these vessels are they're engaged in removing their iniquity. What else?
But in a great house.
He said, but in a great house, the great house he's referring to is the world. He says, in the world, the Most High is trying to make people, he's trying to fashion people that call upon the name of Christ and that are attempting to remove their mistakes and remove their flaws. He says, but in a great house, which is the world, because in the world, there's all kind of people. There's all kind of vessels. He says, in a great house, read.
There are not only vessels of gold
and silver. It says they're not only vessels of gold and of silver, just like in a mansion, you got the chandelier that might be made out of real gold. You got doorknobs and that might be made out of real gold. You may have brass door knockers on the front door. You may have brass sinks, or you may have real silverware.
Yeah.
Not our what we call silverware. When we go to a restaurant, we say you got any silverware. It's really some galvanized steel or some stainless steel or plastic. It ain't even real silverware. It's probably some foam, styrofoam utensils, or even some eco-friendly made out of compressed paper and glue. But he says in a great house you got different things that are made with different values. Read.
But also of wood and of earth.
He said, but different elements have different values. He's saying that this is like men. He's calling these materials, whether they have value or don't have value, they're to be distinguished. Read on.
And some to honor, and some to dishonor.
He says, and some to honor, and some to dishonor. So some are more valuable than others, showing that in the world, which is this great house, not everybody has the same value because their value is distinguished upon something. Read.
If a man therefore purge himself.
It says, if you want to elevate your value as a vessel of the Most High, he says you have to do what?
Purge himself.
You have to purge yourself. What does it mean to purge? You don't need a whole definition, but just a rough definition.
Remove,
Purge means to what?
find and expel.
It's refine, clean, to
To
clean,
get rid of.
to sterilize,
To get rid of.
to remove impurities. So he says, if a man does this, a man does what?
Purge himself from thee.
So if a man removes certain things from him, he increases his value to the Lord. He's occupied in the increase of his value to the Most High. So in a great house or in a world full of different people of different values, there's people that operate on a low level. There's people that operate on a high level. But those that operate on a high level have a desire to be used and be purposed by the Most High. So they make their time, they occupy themselves with purging themselves. That's what their objective is in life. Let me remove every little thing that's wrong with me as much as possible. And if you do, read.
Come. It says, he shall be a vessel unto honor.
So we all may start off as these marred vessels. We may all start off as these mistake-ridden vessels. We may all start off as these problematic vessels that can't seem to get life right and don't know our purpose in life. He says, but if you take the time out to fix yourself, clean yourself up, identify what's wrong with you, and attack it and clean yourself up, he says you will elevate your usefulness in the house of the Most High. Read.
Sanctified and meet.
It says sanctified, which is another word for what? Cleansed. If I clean myself up, acknowledge my faults, remove my iniquities, purge myself from all types of illnesses that I possess, mainly mentally and spiritually. He says, then I can become meet, which means right for what?
The masses.
And meet for the master's use.
Then the Most High can use me. He can use me for a distinguished duty or a distinguished job or an honorable duty or an honorable position, right? But it takes some cleaning in order to be elevated in this great house. It takes some cleaning and some purging in order to be ascended in what the Most High can use you for. Now, give me a verse. Go back to Jeremiah. Finish that. Keep going.
And prepare unto every good work.
Go ahead.
Flee also youthful lust.
He said, flee also what?
Youthful lust.
Flee also youthful lust, meaning that what we do, we're too busy sometimes obtaining, missing, and regretting, and living life, missing out on the things that we feel like we should have had, should have obtained, or that we deserve, or we feel like we should have. We're too busy living and comparing ourselves
I missed out.
to something in particular. What is it that we all measure ourselves up with or to that ruins our ability to focus on the things that we need to clean up? Go to First John chapter 2 verse 15. This is part of that youthful lust that distracts us from our what should be our intentions. Read that, 1 John 2 and 15.
1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world.
It said, but when a person is young, they can't help but notice what everybody in the world is doing. Who has what, who's doing what, who's receiving what, who has more than me, who has it better than me, who do I want to be like, who do I look up to in the world. He says, love not the world. Read on.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
But when we're young, we're too busy chasing pleasure, too busy chasing a feel, chasing feelings, chasing fun, chasing the thrill, chasing some type of enthusiasm or fulfillment. I'm looking to obtain something that is really a distraction. Read on. And it don't have to be young in age. It doesn't have to be young in age. Anybody can entertain distractions from what the world is doing that I feel like I'm missing out on. Read on.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
But there's no middle ground. Either I'm going to make the Most High my priority, or I'm going to be occupied in doing and chasing what the world is doing.
I mean, clouded, yeah.
I'm in darkness. So it's either or. It's either the Most High, or I'm looking at the world and I'm comparing myself to the world. Read on.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
It said because everything in the world pertains to what?
The lust of the flesh.
And what is the one thing that, in order for me to elevate my honor in the eyes of the Most High, to make myself respectable in the eyes of the Most High, what did my Waller say that the Most High, or you was that Amiathia? You had Timothy? No, you had Jeremiah. My Waller, you had 2 Timothy. Read verse 22.
Come, 2 Timothy chapter 19.
No.
Slacky.
2,
Chapter
2, verse 22.
22. Come. Flee also youthful lust.
And what's in the world, Nagaha?
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
So everything in the world pertains to my what?
Flesh.
It's all about the flesh. It's all about how I feel. It's all about what I want. It's about what I crave, what I'm missing out on, what I have or what I don't have. I'm not content I'll never be content if I'm looking at everything that's in the world that I don't have. I'll never be content. I'll never be satisfied in what the Most High is doing with me and what my focus should be, because I'm too distracted on everything that's going on outside in the world. Because all this in the world is what?
The lust of the flesh.
What else?
And the lust of the eyes.
Things that I want. I want certain things that I don't have. And I just can't sleep until I get what I want. Or I can never be comfortable until I get what I want. Read.
And the pride of life.
And also, I want to feel like somebody. I want to be somebody in this world. Being somebody for the Most High is not enough for me. I want to be somebody in the world. I want status that the world has to give me. He says, but if I'm gonna become an honorable vessel in the eyes of the Most High, I got to do what, my Waller?
Flee also youthful lust.
I got to get rid of that idea that I'm missing out on something. Living in the past, not living in the present, not content on what I possess, not happy on about what I have, always looking at what's wrong, always comparing myself to who has it better, who has it easier, who's doing what that I'm not doing. He said, man, if you continue to look to the world as a source of happiness and fulfillment, you'll never really occupy yourself in the cleaning up of yourself so that the Most High can elevate you. You're focused on the wrong things. You can let that go, Nagaha, unless you finish. Go ahead and finish that, verse 17.
Verse 16.
Read down to verse 17.
Verse 17. And the world passeth away.
He said, but the world is what?
Passeth away.
Is there anything in the world that I feel like I need or missing out on? Is it really going to last anyway?
No.
No. That's why it's a waste of time. Everything that people do in the world is a waste of time because the world does what?
Passeth away.
Read on.
And the lust thereof.
And the things that you work so hard to obtain. The things that you work so hard to obtain in life, all it did was dissolve and pass away. It really was a waste of time. And while I'm chasing the wrong things in life, I never made my focus about becoming a better vessel. I never cared about becoming a better person. I never cared about becoming more honorable in the eyes of the Most High. I esteem the world more than I esteem the Most High. And in the process, everything that I did in the world was a waste of time. All the things that I did to elevate myself in society was a waste of time. Not cleaning myself up, which should have been the focus. Because if I would have been cleaning myself up, my Waller, what does he say? You let that go, Naga.
Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness.
It said, but follow what?
Righteousness.
So there's 4 things that a young person or person that's in this truth should be focused on. What is the 4 things we should be focused on? Follow what?
Righteousness.
Doing things the right way according to the Most High. What else?
Faith.
I should be looking at increasing my faith. What else?
Charity.
I should be trying to give more. What else?
Peace.
And I should be looking at establishing what?
Peace.
What are the 4 things that should be my priority?
Righteousness. Faith. Charity. Peace.
That should be what I'm in the midst of me cleaning myself up. In the midst of me working on myself, elevating my status from a vessel of dishonor, trying to become a respectable vessel of honor in the eyes of the Most High, I'll make these 4 things my priority. Which are what?
Righteousness, faith, charity, peace.
It said peace. Read on.
With them.
With who?
With them.
With who?
With them.
Who is them?
That call on the Lord out of a pure heart.
And which is those that are around me as believers. I should be working on my relationships. I should be looking at trying to apply righteousness, charity, peace, and what else? Faith.
And faith.
With those that call upon the name of the Lord, which are fellow believers. It says out of a what?
It says
Out of a pure heart.
out of the pure heart.
That means I have to change my outlook towards the people that I serve the Most High with. If I'm going to elevate my vessel and become more respectable in the eyes of the Most High is looking for me to change my outlook towards the people that I worship with. That means I got to change my outlook where it becomes undefiled. He says out of a pure heart. So the opposite of a pure heart is a defiled heart. It means I got a negative outlook towards the people that I serve the Lord with. So if I'm going to change who I am as a person, you got to work on your outlook. And you got to work on establishing peace with them, charity with them, righteousness with them, and also increasing your faith and believing that there's hope in the relationship.
And doesn't that connect to the concept during last Sabbath class about those that keep holiness?
Holily. Yep.
What does that mean? You're actually trying to be pure and operate in the truth.
Not
just I'm in the truth, but I'm in the truth and I have a pure mind.
And I have a pure mind.
At the same time, I'm in the truth. There's one thing to be in the truth or in the knowledge. It's nothing to be in the truth or in the knowledge with a pure perspective and good works.
Right, because that's what the Most High is establishing as what will increase the way He looks at you. The Most High will increase how He looks at you. He'll say, you graduate to a vessel of honor because of what you're doing and how you're working your relationships with the people around you that believe. How are you maintaining your relationships? Read on, my Willow.
Come. Verse 23. But foolish and unlearned.
All right, stop right there. Who had Jeremiah?
Jeremiah 18:4.
He was in 18:4, right? Read that.
And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter.
It says, so the vessel that the Most High made was what? Oh, the potter made was what?
Marred.
It was marred, right? So he said it was marred in the what?
In the hand of the potter.
So it wasn't, you can't use it. It was altered from the purpose intended, right? So how
It wasn't
did
the shape he intended either.
it wasn't the shape?
Because he had a certain shape. If you make a square, it shouldn't be a triangle.
Yeah,
That's not the intended shape.
it's not the shape.
Or you want to be circular. This is like it's just awkwardly built, and it just doesn't fit. It's not the intended shape or design.
Or you made a pot or a vessel, and then you messed up the neck where you can't put a lid on it.
You can't put a lid on it. It doesn't fit.
There's no seal. The seal is off.
Yeah.
It doesn't seal.
Can't.
Or the spout is crooked.
Yeah.
It don't work. It don't pour out water.
Right.
It don't pour right.
You're gonna just have a vessel forever. It's gonna keep pouring the wrong way.
Yeah. It's gonna dribble out.
Yeah.
So he's showing how it says if the piece is marred, he says the potter gets to make it again. But when do we, as an example, where can we see that the pot was marred in what the Most High fashioned? How can we recognize that whatever the Most High was doing with man, the man didn't come out to the purpose he intended it to make and to be? When can we recognize this as an example? We got to go to Matthew chapter 21. Next brother. Matthew chapter 21, verse 33.
Right. Matthew chapter 21 and verse 33. Here, another parable. There was a certain household which planted a vineyard.
He said there's a certain household that planted a vineyard. Right? Read.
And hedged it round about, and digged a winepress in it, and built a tower, and let it out to the husbandman.
He says, read it again. He says, here another parable. There was a certain householder, right? He said the certain householder did what?
Which planted a vineyard.
This householder is the Most High. The vineyard is the Most High's flock. Read.
And hedged it round about.
And he said he hedged it round about, meaning he established some security about it. It's safe. It's supposed to be safe. Read on.
And dig a winepress in it.
A wine press is something that you can sustain yourself off of. For one, if you have a vineyard, you can press the fruits that you grow in your vineyard, and you can sustain yourself because you can also take the same thing that you create in the abundance. You can do what with it?
Trade with it.
You can trade with
Or
it.
sell.
You can or sell. So it's a way to sustain yourself. So it's a way to make money and still survive. So if you have a wine press, you can use it for yourself, and you can also survive with it and become a market. You can create a market out of it. So he says that this householder gave this position that you could sustain yourself of, being a householder. You can sustain yourself being a householder, being a leader, being a caregiver. It's something that you could sustain yourself. You can live off this if you do it right.
It's a skill, yeah.
It's a skill. Read.
And built a tower.
And
Let it out.
And what's a tower for? Fortification. But a tower also is to watch for danger. It's a position that can see danger coming. Ahead of time. You can see problems happen ahead of it. You have foresight and see what's happening, whether it's bad weather coming, whether it's a storm coming, or hey man, we got to cover these grapes up. We got locusts coming. We got to cover them up with some nets or something. You see danger approaching. It's a strategic position where you could evaluate danger or harm. Yes, sir.
Provide sight and intel.
Right, exactly. You got some sight. You got a tower. So he said the certain householder gave this position of management. A tower is also, you can manage the property from a perched position. So read on.
And let it out to the husbandman.
He said, and he let it out. He rented it out to the husbandman. The husbandman is the farmer. Read.
And went into a far country.
Go ahead. He went away. Read on.
And when the time of the fruit drew near.
He said, and when the time of the fruit drew near. Go ahead.
He sent his servants to the husbandman.
He said he did what?
He sent his servants to the husbandman.
He said he sent his servants. Give me verse 34 one more time.
Verse 34. And when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandman, that they might receive the fruits of it.
He says that they might receive the what?
The fruits of it.
So he says, so what does that mean when the Most High has an expectation to receive the fruits of something? What is that called?
Harvest.
It's a harvest, but it's also called interest. The Most High wants something in return for all the benefits that He's allotted you to be responsible for. So what is the Most High's expectation? We know this from Matthew 25:27. Somebody read that. Matthew chapter 25, verse 27. And somebody else give me Acts 2 and 44.
Matthew 25, verse 27.
I know we're kind of going fast because I want to finish this whole thing because I want to get to a particular point. Read on.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 27. Says, thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchange.
When it comes to the Most High's valuables, He says we're better off putting our money, His money, into the exchangers. Which will do what?
It says, and then at my coming I shall receive mine owned with usury.
He says, so when I come back, I want to see what you did with all the things that I gave you, with the position that I gave you, the oversight, the management, the security, the safety of my vineyard. How have you yielded? Did you yield more than what I gave you, and did you expand in what I gave you to be responsible over? How have you grown and reproduced in the things that I gave you responsibility over? Yes, sir.
He's taking account.
He's taking account for that.
Yeah.
So he said the Most High expects what?
Usury.
Usury. And so usury in what way? Get Acts. Next brother, get Acts real quick. Acts chapter 2 verse 44. What kind of usury is the Most High expecting?
Acts chapter 2, verse 44.
Yep.
And all that believed were together.
He says what the Most High expected was you to socialize correctly and stay together with those that believed. How well did you function with those that believed? Did you quit on them? Did you leave? Did you abandon them? Or did you stay together with them that believe? Read on.
And had all things common.
Did you share everything that you had? Did you distribute what you possessed to everybody that believed? What else?
And sold their possessions.
And were you selfless? Were you selfless? And gave up the things that you consider valuable so that other people could reap the benefits of it? What else?
And goods.
And you sold your goods. Read on.
And parted them to all men.
And that you gave it away to all men. Read.
As every man had need.
As every man have need. So did you take care of the people around you that had needs that was in the body? Did you take care of other men and women in the body? Did you take care of the flock? Read.
And they continuing daily with one accord in the temple.
And were you in the temple on a regular basis? And were you in agreement with the people that you were in the temple with on a regular basis? This is what the Most High's expectation is. When we talk about what is he expecting, what is his expectation of us? Read that list one more time. Start at verse 44.
Come.
So we understand.
Acts 2 and 44. And all that believed were together.
So were you together with the believers? This is what the Most High is expecting when he returns. Were you together with the believers? What else?
And had all things common.
Did you share what you had? Was everybody on the same page? Did you make sure everybody was taken care of? What else?
And sold their possessions and goods.
And did you give up what you possessed? Go ahead.
And parted them to all men.
And did you give up did you sacrifice what you had in abundance to make sure that the needs for the other people of the believers were taken care of? Read on.
As every man had need.
Based on every man's need. This is the Most High's expectation. Read on.
And they continuing daily with one accord in the temple.
And did you stay in the temple on a regular basis? And did you stay in agreement with the people in the temple? Did you stay on the same page with the people in the temple? Read on.
And breaking bread.
And did you break bread with the people in the temple? Read on.
From house to house.
Did you make sure that every house was taken care of in the temple?
Is that a priority?
Is that the
Is that
problem?
the priority? Is that your priority? Or was, like you said at the beginning of the class, was that flesh, that comparative life, that desire to explore either digitally or through little friend groups and circles, and to see what other people are doing and give your mind to that, or give your mind to the needs of the people around you that are in the temple?
Yeah.
Which one? It's the diametric opposite. It's
Complete opposite.
It's the complete opposite of the flesh.
Complete opposite of the flesh. That's how you know you're in the spirit. But this is the usury that the Most High is expecting when he returns.
The funny part is, if you're in the flesh, you're going to have usury in the flesh.
Yeah.
People don't just stay in one place in the flesh. They always intensify in whatever negative they entertain.
Yeah, because the flesh is never
It's
satisfied.
never satisfied. So is it wrong? The Most High is saying, okay, if you can multiply usury in the flesh and increase in addiction or increase in negative perspective or increase in strife and debate or increase in being comparative and never being happy, then you can also increase in how you care for and invest and spiritual matters and charity and giving and righteousness.
Time. And he's expecting us to do so. Read on.
And breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness.
And did I enjoy being a cheerful giver? Did I enjoy breaking bread from house to house? Did I enjoy taking care of people's needs, or did it vex me? This is what the Most High is expecting when He returns. Read on.
Says, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart.
And singleness of heart, which is contentment. I'm content on what I get. Read on.
Praising the Most High.
Doing what?
Praising the Most High.
Being thankful and appreciative to the Most High for whatever He gives me. Not complaining. Read on.
And having favor with all the people.
And making sure that I'm in good standings with what?
All the people.
With all the people. That I'm establishing good relationships. Is this what I'm doing as far as what the Most High is anticipating? That when He says, did you give, you might as well take it to the exchangers. Because I expect when I return that you give me mine with usury. Did you do these things? Are you doing these things? Is this your focus? Read.
And the Lord added to the church.
Because when you're doing this thing, what does the Most High do when you're focused on when you have the right priorities?
And the Lord added to the church.
What does the Most High do when He sees us in the right spirit?
Add to the church.
So this is how the Most High gets His usury. It may seem strange. I don't know if anybody explained it this way, but this is how the Most High gets His usury. This is how you give the Most High His usury. Because the expectation is, when I get back, did you have more than what I gave you initially? Did you add on with the skills that I gave you and the ability that I gave you? Did you expand on what I gave you to be responsible over? And if you do what I need you to do the right way, then I'll keep multiplying your hand. I'll keep blessing your hand. I'll keep blessing what you're doing, and the church actually starts to grow. So what is the Most High's expectation when He returns? He's expecting that the church is magnifying. He's expecting the church to grow. Well, how is the church going to grow? Read it again.
Come, Acts 2:47. Praising the Most High.
Start at verse 44. Because I don't want this to go over our heads. How is the church going to grow? Because the Most High is expecting growth. How is the church going to grow? Start at verse 44.
Come, Acts 2:44. And all that believed were together.
How is the church going to grow?
Together.
You got to learn how to stay what?
Together.
You got to learn how to stick together. That's how the church grows. What is the Most High's other expectation?
And had all things common.
Are you making sure that everybody's taken care of? That their needs are met?
All things common.
And that whatever you have, they have? And likewise, vice versa? What else?
And sold their possessions and goods.
Are you sacrificing what you have that could be a benefit to somebody else? What else?
And parted them to all men.
Are you looking out for those that don't have? What else? Or are you concerned about yourself? The lust of the flesh. Read on.
As every man had need.
Go ahead.
And they, continuing daily.
And do I stick together how often?
Daily.
Am I trying to be around how frequent?
Daily.
Doing what?
With one accord.
Am I around on a daily basis, but I'm arguing every day? Am I in the congregation, but I'm contentious every single day? I have a problem every single day. Or am I trying to be in agreement on one accord every single day? Read on.
With one accord in the temple and breaking bread.
So it's not just being in the body.
It's not just being in the body.
It's how I operate.
It's how
I'm in the body.
It's how I behave in the body.
Because people say, it's just that I'm here, spirit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
But were you pleasant to be around?
Right.
Were you clean when you were here?
Did you have a pure outlook?
Did you have a pure outlook? Were you clean over here or were you unclean over here to be around?
No. Were you a pleasure to be around? Did you make it enjoyable for those to be around you?
To engage. Or were you that guy, you broke down a long time ago about a man that he had to take armor to deal with this person. He had to come deal with this person. He cannot have hands put on him. You can't put hands on this person.
Yeah, you got to wear a suit of armor.
You have to have a little suit of
You got to
armor.
wear a bomb suit.
Yeah, you got to wear a bomb suit because this person is always volatile.
He says this is a men of Belial.
Yeah.
He says men that cannot be taken with hands.
Yeah.
He said you can't put hands on this individual, which is to shape or mold this individual, because they're too hostile.
Yeah. It's like plants. There's some herbs that you eat it, good for the body. Some herbs you eat it, get sick because it's poisonous. And some you deal with it, you can't just enjoy it because it's always spikes and thorns on it.
It's like cactus, no pilots, man.
Yeah, you can't even do it. It would be good if it didn't have the damn spikes. You could use it for something.
You gotta get through the spikes to get to the no pilots, man.
Exactly, bro. You can't enjoy the benefit of it. It has some really good gel and some really good gel for your hair and your skin. It's positive.
Good for digestion.
It's high. You get hydration from it. It has something to offer. It can handle the wilderness, but it's all kind of spikes on it.
Yep.
And you're gonna get pricked every time doing this spit.
You handle it wrong, you mismanage it, you in trouble. You're in trouble.
And people in the body are kind of similar.
People can be this way in the body, where they're hard to handle, they're hard to shape, they're hard to mold. He said, but these are the things the Most High is expecting when He returns.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
It says, and they continuing daily with one accord in the temple.
And I'm continuing daily with what? With one accord. Just because you're here, but you're arguing every day, is not the Most High's expectation.
Mm-hmm.
You're not fulfilling the Most High's expectation. That doesn't expand the church.
I'm here.
That doesn't give the Most High usury.
Christ, but except I'm here. I showed up.
At least I showed up. But what mentality that I showed up in? I showed up to debate.
Yeah.
I showed up to argue.
Or to vex.
Yeah. He said, read.
It says,
I showed up to complain.
To complain.
That's why I'm here. I just like here to let you know I don't like nothing you're doing.
Yeah. Can we be doing something else? Can we do something else? Is all we got to do is sell oil? Read on.
Yeah.
and they continuing daily with one accord in the temple and breaking bread from house to house.
It said they breaking bread from what?
From house to house.
So the camp life, how I operate in camp life, is what the Most High is looking at to determine whether he can get his usury back. If I operate right, then the church grows. I'm being accountable and responsible as a householder. Read.
Did eat their meat with gladness.
And I eat my meat with what?
Gladness.
I'm content on what the Most High gives me. I'm not looking or comparing myself to anybody else.
What's the opposite of gladness?
Complaining.
Yeah. You eat your meat. Most High bless you every day. You gonna just keep complaining about it?
I'm gonna complain. That was the issue in the wilderness. I complained all day. He said, but I get what the Most High gives me. I'm okay with it, and I'm happy about it. I'm thankful for it. Read on, including the people the Most High gives me. Read on.
Did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart.
And I'm content. Read on.
Praising the Most High.
Thankful, appreciative. Read on.
And having favor with all people.
And having what?
Having favor with all people.
Crazy.
Am I treating people right in the congregation?
But I see the good in people. That's how you get favor, right?
Yep.
You see the good people, people see the good in you.
The scriptures, the Proverbs say a good man obtaineth the favor of the Lord.
The good man does, though.
A good man, though. The favor is kindness and friendship.
Yeah, wow.
Read on.
And the Lord added to the church.
And say, and what does the Most High do when we do this right? When we behave right?
Add to the church.
The Most High expands the church. So if I'm operating in the right spirit, the church starts to expand. And guess what the Most High does? That's what he wanted. That's what his expectation is. That's the usury that the Most High wants. When you were in the church, did the church grow or the church diminish? Did it shrink or did it become magnified?
Wow. Yeah.
The only way that the church can be magnified is the people in it got to have the right spirit. They got to have the right spirit and show forth the right temperament and behavior. And then if they do, the church grows.
Yeah. Facts.
And if the church grows, that's what the Most High's expectation is. That's how he gets his with usury. I help further the body and build on top of the congregation by adding to the church, doing for the church, doing for each other. Right? Let that go. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 21, verse 34.
I love what you're bringing out, bro. Because you know what? It hasn't been said like this, and it hasn't been this clear. If we're doing right, there should be some positive expansion with the body.
Yep.
And there should be peace with the body.
Very much so.
Matthew chapter 21 and verse
That's
34.
that's the use. You're saying that's the use he wants.
God, that's the usury he wants, man. That's what the Most High's expectation is. I gotta hit this point up. Go ahead.
God. Matthew 21 and verse 34. And when the time of the fruit drew near,
It says, and at the time that the fruit drew near, meaning when the crop is ready to harvest. Read.
he sent his servants to the husbandmen.
So when the Most High is trying to get his usury, he sent his servants to the husbandmen. Right?
God.
Read.
That they might receive the fruits of it.
He says that they might receive the what?
The fruits of it.
Did the church grow? Were you in the right behavior? Read.
And the husbandman took his servants and beat one.
And what did I do to the servants?
Beat one.
I beat one.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean I'm doing to the servants? I'm abusing them. So am I adding on to the church? He said they did what?
And the husbandman took his servants and beat one and killed another.
He says they beat one, they killed another. What else?
And stoned another.
He said, and they stoned another. When did this happen? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 1 and 2. If you can write this down for me. Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 1 and 2.
Jeremiah 20, verse 1.
Another brother, give me 2 Chronicles 24, 20 and 21.
Jeremiah 20, verse 1.
No, somebody. I want Jeremiah 20, verse 1. Another brother get 2 Chronicles 24 and 20 and 21. And another brother give me Isaiah. Give me Hebrews 11 and 37.
Jeremiah 20 and 1.
Let me get it. So read that last part again in Matthew chapter 21.
Matthew chapter 21, verse 35. And the husbandman took his servants and beat one and killed another and stoned another.
He said this is what's going on in the church. And this is what's going on in what the Most High said is his expectation was the church was supposed to grow if the behavior is right. He said, but the behavior is abusive in the church. He said they doing what in there? They taking one, they beating one, they doing what else?
Killed another.
They killing them, and what else?
And stoned another.
They beating them, killing them, and stoning them in the church. So give me them verses right there in Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 1 and 2.
Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 1. Now for sure, the son of Emer, the priest, who was also chief governor in the house of the Lord, heard that Jeremiah prophesied these things.
What did Jeremiah Jeremiah the prophet prophesied? What was he teaching? Read up and read the last verses of 19 in verse 14 and 15. What was Jeremiah preaching?
Jeremiah 19 and 14. Then came Jeremiah from Tophet, whither the Lord had sent him to prophesy. And he stood in the court of the Lord's house and said to all the people, Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
What did Jeremiah say?
Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
Read on.
The power of Israel. Behold, I will bring up upon this city and upon all her towns all the evil that I have pronounced against it.
It says he's speaking in what from the Most High's mouth. I'm going to bring evil upon what?
Says evil that I have pronounced against it, because they have hardened their necks.
It said because they've gotten what?
Hardened their necks.
Because you got hard-headed. You got stiff-necked, which is another word for rebellious. Read on.
That they might not hear my word.
And they don't want to do what?
Hear my word.
So the Most High said, listen, Jeremiah, tell these people I got to come down with blows upon them because they're not listening anymore. They're not listening to me. They don't want to hear my words. They don't want to listen. They don't want to behave right. Jeremiah, go down there and tell them that I said I'm going to bring evil to them. Read.
Jeremiah 20:1. Now Pashur, the son of Emer, the priest, who was also chief governor in the house of the Lord, heard that Jeremiah prophesied these things. Then Pashur smote Jeremiah.
What did he do to him?
Smote Jeremiah.
Jeremiah got punched for telling people the truth.
Mm.
He got hit with a Batman pow, bang, boom, wham.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Them old school 1950s, 1960s Batman, when you hit him and it goes pow.
Yeah.
All the letters show up in capital letters.
Yeah.
Pow, bang.
Read the sound effects.
Yeah. You can read it. He got hurt, man. Wham. Man, he got popped.
That'd be bad, huh?
He got clocked, popped, whatever you want to call it. Kapow. Yeah. Kaboom. Man, he got jammed on in the face. He said for telling people the truth. All he did was telling people the truth. And they just hit him they hit him upside the head. Read.
Then Pashur smote Jeremiah the prophet and put him in the stocks.
And he said, and then he put him in the stocks. Now we read this back in the day in Sabbath class. The stocks is when your neck is in a wood piece, enclosed in a circle of wood, and your hands are both encased in the wood and it's locked. And you spend all day in the sun with your neck in a stock and your hands in a stock. You can't get the flies out your eyes. You can't scratch. And you can't get comfortable because you're in a position where you're hunched over. Your back is always hurting. There is no comfort. You can't sit. You can't squat. You can't stand up straight. So your back is hunched over and you're in a stock all day. That means whatever birds coming, whatever heat is on you, ants bite you, there's nothing you can do. And people got to walk by and ridicule you in the process. They're watching you in the stocks all day, talking smack as they pass by you. Look at this fool. Look at this clown. Who's feeling the evil now? And Jeremiah got a black eye, probably, or busted lip or something. He got clocked, and he's in the stocks.
Mm.
He said this is what they're doing in the church. This is what Christ is saying in Matthew 21. He said they beaten him. He said he put him in stocks, and what else?
It said, and put him in the stocks that were in the high gate of Benjamin, which was by the house of the Lord.
And read 38 and 6. Chapter 38, verse 6. Read that too. Because we broke this down back in the day in Sabbath class as well.
Jeremiah 38 and 6.
And it was very vivid.
Then took they Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malachi.
And also Jeremiah went into what?
Into the dungeon.
Go ahead.
The son of Hamelech. That was in the court of the prison.
Go ahead. It was in the court of the prison. Read on.
And they let down Jeremiah with cords.
And the what?
And in the dungeon there was no water, but mire.
It said there was no water, but what?
Mire.
Mire is sewer. It's waste. They let him down in the sewer.
To die in there. It's sepsis.
Yeah. It's the muck. There wasn't no water in there. There's something in there, but it ain't water.
Yeah. Creatures.
It's the other kind of water that come out the body.
Yeah.
It's wastewater.
Yeah.
He said, there's all kind of things in there. Trash in there, garbage in there, waste in there. He said they let him down in there. So Jeremiah got beat up. He got put in stocks, and he got let down in a dungeon. In a septic tank. In a sewage tank. Read on.
It says, there was no water but mire, so Jeremiah sunk in the mire.
He sunk in the mire. Read.
Now
that was it, right? So these are the things that's happening in the church. These are all the things that's happening in the church. Meaning the body, the Most High's people. His expectation is that we live together, we function, stay on the same accord. He said that we take care of each other. We look out for one another. We be content with each other. He said, but our people, he says, they stoned them. What else? Let's go back to Matthew 21 and read verse 35 again.
Matthew 21 and verse 35. And the husbandman took his servants and beat one.
Those were the leaders of Israel. They beat the heck out of Jeremiah. What else?
and killed another.
Get Hebrews 11 and 37. Get Hebrews 11 and 37.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 37 reads. Ready?
Yep.
They were stoned.
He says some was stoned. What else?
They were sawn asunder.
It says some was sawn what?
Asunder.
Who was cut in half?
Isaiah.
Isaiah was cut in half. Isaiah was put in a hollowed out log in the center of a tree. And men took a saw and went back and forth and cut Isaiah the prophet in half. Back and forth. And you ain't got no choice but to feel every little bit of cut and slice that's going through your body. Whether it's coming in on your back, whether it's coming in on your spine. Imagine that saw coming down on your spine.
Oh, come on, bro. You can feel the vibration.
You're going to get cut in half. They ain't going to be pretty no matter how they do it.
Hopefully you die before they finish.
Yeah, but they ain't not going to stop until they finish.
Yeah.
But you know, the body try to preserve itself. The body try to preserve itself. Because you get people that get blown up in war, and they just get amputated, and they still survive. You know, they still alive, while their body parts is floating around the ground. He said some were what?
Some were sawn asunder.
Some were sawn asunder. Read.
Were tempted. Were slain with the sword.
And some were slain with the sword. So let's go to 2 Chronicles. Who has 2 Chronicles 24 and 20?
2 Chronicles chapter 24, verse 20. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada, the priest, which stood above the people, and said unto them, Thus saith the Most High.
And for saying, Thus saith the Lord, what happened to Zechariah?
Why transgress ye the commandments of the Most High, that ye cannot prosper?
He says, why are you going against the word of the Lord? It's not going to work for you. You rebelling against the word of the Lord is not going to help you. It's not going to do you any good. Just for saying those words. Read on.
Because ye have forsaken the Most High.
Read.
He hath also forsaken you.
Go ahead.
And they conspired against him, and stoned him with stones.
And they did what?
And stoned him with stones.
Jeremiah, beat up, put in stocks, let down in the mire, in the sewer. Isaiah, put in a hollowed out tree, in a log, sawn in half. Zechariah, saying, follow the word of the Lord, man. He's not gonna bless you because you're not listening. The Most High gonna reject you because you're rejecting him. You know, we got to get rid of this guy. They conspired against him. We don't like what this guy is saying. Well, what we gonna do with him? Shit, man, we got a lot of free rocks sitting around. We got a lot of rocks that don't cost nothing. Let's get rid of this guy. And they did what?
And they conspired against him and stoned him with stones.
It said they conspired against him and stoned him with stones. So, what was read on, finish that.
At the commandment of the king.
And the king is the one that gave the order. The king gave the order. Get rid of him. Get rid of that guy, Zechariah. I don't want to hear him no more. I don't like what he's saying. Get rid of this guy. Read.
At the commandment of the king, in the court of the house of the Lord.
And this was done where?
In the house of the Lord.
This is all going down where?
In the house of the Lord.
It's all happening. It's going down where?
In the house of the Lord.
Is the rebellion out in the world? Of course there's rebellion in the world, but what is the Most High's problem? The place that you don't expect all these things to be happening at is happening in the house of the Lord. Somebody's not right. Somebody's not dealing with the people correctly. Something's wrong with the house of the Lord. So now let's go back to Matthew chapter 21 and who had verse 35? You had it. Read that.
Matthew chapter 21 and verse 35. And the husbandman took his servants and beat one.
We know Jeremiah got beat. Read.
And killed another.
We know Isaiah got cut in half. What else?
And stoned another.
And we know Zechariah got stoned to death. Read on.
Again, he sent other servants.
He said, again, the Most High sent other servants. Read.
More than the first.
He said, more than the first. Read on.
And they did unto them likewise.
They did unto him what?
Likewise.
How did Micah die?
Likewise.
Martyred. How did Ezekiel die?
Likewise.
Martyred. What was the people doing in the church? You know what they were doing? They're getting rid of the people that they didn't like to hear what they were saying. I'm going to get rid of the people that have words that I don't like to hear. Whether it was by saw, whether it's by stone, or whether it's by execution, whatever form, I got to get rid of these guys that's telling me what I don't want to hear that's coming from the Most High. I got to get rid of them. Read on.
But last of all,
It said, but last of all, read.
he sent unto them his son.
It said to them who?
His son.
Who is his son?
Yahushua.
Who is the householder's son? That's Christ. That's Yahushua. So the Most High said, okay, I got all these prophets that I'm putting up in front of y'all to give y'all warning and showing you how to live right and be approved of me so I can bless you. Y'all don't want to hear them. You keep killing them all. You keep doing away with them. I got an idea. I'm going to send my son down. What was the Most High's expectation when he sent his son down? Read.
Saying, they will reverence my son.
He said, because it's my son, they might not respect the prophets, my children. But my son, for sure, these people are going to listen to my son. Guaranteed they're going to listen to my son. Right?
Okay.
That was the Most High's hope. Read.
But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves.
They did what?
They said among themselves, this is the heir.
He said, this is the heir. We get rid of this guy, we ain't got to worry about nobody else coming against the way we live. We can live how we want to live. We ain't got to listen to nobody else tell us that we're wrong. I'm tired of people telling us that we're wrong. We get rid of this guy. This guy's the final boss. We get rid of him, we're free. We get to do what we want to do. Read.
This is the heir. Come, let us kill him.
Let us do what?
Let us kill him.
Read.
And let us seize on his inheritance.
And let us do what?
Seize on his inheritance.
And let's take over his position. Now we got all reign to be free and do what we want to do in the church. And there's nobody's going to stop us in the church. And what we say is going to be law. And whatever we say is going to go. And there'll be nobody to stop me from what I'm doing. Because I'm tired of hearing people tell me that I'm wrong. Read.
And they caught him and cast him out of the vineyard.
It says they cast him out of the vineyard. What is that? When they came and killed him and cast him out the vineyard, what does that represent? Go to Hebrews 13 and 12. What does that represent when they killed him and cast him out the vineyard?
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 12. Hebrews 13 and 12. Wherefore Yahushua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate.
He says he was trying to recover the people with his own blood, and he suffered without the gate. What does that mean? That means to be put out of the city and killed is a shameful and a reproachful thing. That means you weren't worthy to be killed in the city. That's a dishonorable thing, to kill somebody outside the gate. That's to treat him like a Gentile. Christ was treated like a Gentile. He was treated with reproach and dishonor. That's what you do to people that have to die a horrible death. That's what you do to the worst criminals. You do that. You execute them outside the gate, way up on the hill, outside the gate. You do that to intense criminals, severe criminals. That was even a shame that he had to go out like that and treat it the way he was treated and executed in the place he was executed. It was executed in Golgotha, right? What you got?
What happened last year, I think October, there was a report in Nevada, when you go up on the hills, they said that they found 300, piles of people that were cremated. And this was last year, and they just talking about it just now. They wasn't even promoting it at all, but it's on that point how they brought them out of the city. They just had them just dumped in there.
That's what you do. That's what you do to somebody when you're trying to basically spit on their grave. When you don't honor them. So remember, the Most High said, "Man, surely they'll reverence my son." Give me Matthew 27:38.
Matthew chapter 27, verse 38.
Did they reverence Christ in life and in death? Matthew 27:38. Read that.
Then were there two thieves crucified with him.
It said they treated Christ equivalent to what?
Thieves.
So did they reverence Christ? Man, they didn't even count him above two thieves. He caught the same death and execution and crucifixion as two thieves. So the Son of Man wasn't even worth a thief's life in the eyes of these Pharisees. It was equivalent to a thief's life. And that's why they gave him a thief's death. What respect, right? They said they did what?
Then were there two thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand and another on the left.
And another on the left. Now, go back, let that go. And give me Jeremiah 18:4, where we started at. And who has Matthew 21?
I do.
You have Matthew 21?
Yeah.
Keep reading Matthew 21, and then we're going to get me 21 and...
38.
You said Jeremiah 18:4.
Yeah, you that's where you had, right? Finish that. Read on down, Kariah, where you was at Matthew 21.
Okay.
Matthew 21 and verse 38. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, "This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us seize on his inheritance." And they caught him, and cast him out of the vineyard, and slew him.
And they treated him worse than a thief, equivalent to a thief, and did him dirty outside the city, which is a dishonorable thing. Read.
When the Lord therefore of the vineyard cometh, what will he do unto those husbandmen?
He says, now Christ posed this question to the leaders of the church, the leaders of the house of the Lord. He says, when the husbandman comes back, when the householder comes back, what shall he do to the husbandman? Read.
They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men.
He said what?
He will miserably destroy those wicked men.
He said he will miserably destroy those wicked men. Read.
And will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen.
And he's going to take those men and punish those men. And he's going to remove those men and let other men be responsible over the vineyard. Read.
Which shall render him the fruits in their seasons.
It says, and they're going to give the Most High what he wants. What's wrong with these men? Mawala. What's wrong with these men that is leading the church? When the Most High already has an expectation of the church, the Pharisees are leading it in a certain way. They're leading the Most High's household in a certain way. What's wrong with these men? Give me that Jeremiah 18:4.
Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 4 reads, And the vessel that he made of clay.
It says, and the vessel that the Most High made of clay, read,
was marred in the hand of the potter.
These men have become what?
Marred in the hand of the potter.
What's wrong with these men?
Marred in the hand of the potter.
The leaders of the church became marred in the hands of the potter. Something wrong with them. Get that definition of marred. What has happened with the Most High, with the Most High's flock? And the ones that he gave, the householders the husbandmen that he gave the leadership to be leaders over.
Mark, 1828, what's the dictionary? It says to injure.
It said they became what?
To injure.
They became to injure because they were injuring the flock. They were injuring the prophets. What else?
To deform.
It says these leaders were what?
Deformed.
These leaders are deformed. That was the problem with the church. You had deformed, injurious individuals in the church leading the Most High's inheritance. What else?
It says to disfigure.
He said they were what?
They were disfigured.
They were disfigured. Deformed, to injure, disfigured. So read that again, my woman.
Come. Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 4 reads, and the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter.
It said, man, there was something wrong with these individuals. Look at all these bodies look at all these prophets they put to death. Look at all the beatings and the stonings and the killings that they did to the Most High's watchmen and spokesmen and his prophets. He said, there's something wrong with this vessel. So what does the Most High do when there's something wrong when the vessel is deformed? Read.
So he made it again.
What does the Most High do?
So he made it again.
He start over. He scratched that one and start over. That's what the Most High do when he sees deformity. When he sees something disfigured or somebody being injurious. Oh, okay, you're not living up to what I created you for the purpose intended. I got to get you out the way. I got to remove you. Because you're not fashioned correctly. Is that not what the Pharisees said about what was the judgment that's going to be when the Lord cometh? Did they not say that out of their own mouths? Read that Quran 21 and 43.
Right. Matthew 21 and verse 43. Therefore, say I unto you, the kingdom of the Most High shall be taken from you.
It shall be what?
Shall be taken from you.
And what?
And given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof.
So what does the Most High do when it's disfigured? He takes the opportunities that he gives us and give it to somebody else. Didn't he say he was going to make us jealous of a no nation? He was going to bring us to jealousy, cause us to be jealous of a no people. Say it again. To that of a no people. He was going to get a kingdom to somebody else. What does the Most High do when he sees the way he created something and it's not living up to what its purpose is? He says, okay, you're not living up to it? Okay, I got you. Let me go ahead and get you out the way. I'll make another one. I'm going to replace it. But my intention is still going to be fulfilled. It's just not going to be fulfilled by you. It'll be fulfilled by somebody else.
It's still going to get done.
It's still going to get done. I'm going to still create something for my purpose. I still got purposes for these vessels. And it's still going to satisfy my intention. It's just not going to be by the one that's marred. It's not going to be it's not going to be done by the one that's injurious or that's deformed in his leadership and his responsibility. Yes, sir.
Talk about that bishopric.
Yes.
Took away that position.
Yep. Last Wednesday we talked about Judas having his bishopric removed.
Yeah.
His ability to teach or instruct others concerning spiritual matters. Because that was the definition of a bishopric.
Yeah.
The Most High removed, okay, no problem. You're damaging the sheep. You're damaging the flock, no problem. This vessel is marred. There's something wrong with this one. That's what they do on the assembly line, right? When they make something on the assembly line, they run. If they're making bottles and the bottles the label don't get put on right, don't they have that one go out a different way? They scan it and it goes down a different tunnel.
It's irregular.
It's irregular. Get this one out of here. Get this one off the assembly
It
line.
doesn't fit the standard.
Don't fit the standard. Get it out of here.
You have quality control, looking at the different points of it, and then, okay, cool, this can go, this can go, this can go. Get rid of that right there. Send that direction. They have a whole, they use it for like what the thing it has most, like just the metals, or they just strip it
Con.
and use what you can use it for.
You go back to trash or put it in the recycle.
Yeah.
And get remade. So get that in Matthew. Who had Matthew 21 and 43? Yeah, read that.
Matthew 21 and verse 43.
Read verse 44.
Verse 44.
And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken.
So you don't appreciate this stone. You shall what?
Be broken.
You be broke. You don't recognize the stone, the value of Christ. You be broken. Read.
It says,
But on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind them to powder.
Or you get judged in the end, and you get judged worse if you don't recognize him. At least if you stumble, you got a chance to get back up.
Yeah.
That means if you're behaving this way, that's unsatisfactory to the Most High, you could at least stumble. It said, just man falleth what?
7 times.
7 times, but do what?
Rise up.
But riseth again, right? But at least if you're not living right according to, you don't recognize Christ, at least you got time to change your life. There's a chance for repentance. That's what that stumble is. You at least got a chance. Or if you don't recognize Christ, you don't make any changes, you continue to be injurious, you continue to be damaging to the Most High's flock, he'll just see you at the end of time. And when he see you at the end of time, he's going to do what to you?
It says, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder.
It will be a complete collapse. Well, there is no opportunity for repentance.
The second death.
Which we can read that in something similar to this in its explanation in Daniel chapter 2 verse 43. Read that. Get Daniel chapter 2 verse 34, not 43, 34. Read
Chapter 2, verse 34.
Read 34 and 35.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out with hands, which smote
They
the
said a
image.
stone that was cut out. What?
Christ. That a stone was cut out without hands,
Without hands. Which is Christ. Read.
which smote the image
And it smote this image, which is these nations, these empires. Read on.
upon his feet,
Read on.
that were of iron and clay,
Read.
and break them to pieces.
And did what?
And break them to pieces.
This is a complete collapse without a chance of a rebuild or a do-over or a remake. You don't get no second chances. If I don't recognize Christ, and if I don't recognize that by injuring his flock, I'm injuring him, and I'm doing his dirty, I'm doing the body dirty and the Most High's inheritance dirty, and I'm not appreciating and using him as the standard of how I treat people, he said Christ will come back and grind you into powder. And this is what he's talking about at the end. Read on.
Verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together,
Go ahead. How small of pieces?
and became like the chaff,
Which became like the what?
like the chaff
Go ahead.
of the summer threshing floor.
Just like wasted particles of chaff. The chaff is the husk. That is the shaft that's over wheat. When you beat the wheat, you beat the husk off. You beat the shaft off. And it's a bunch of little particles that's good for nothing. That's why they say you be ground to powder. If you don't recognize what you're doing, that's the ultimate end and judgment for somebody that don't recognize what they're doing. If I've been deformed in my behavior, specifically to the body. Read on.
And the wind carried them away.
And the wind also represents destruction. And destruction carried them away. They were completely destroyed. So either I stumble and I get back up and I recognize, hey, I'm mistreating the flock. or I get the final judgment where there is no second chance. There is no comeback. It's best that we recognize what we're doing now, how we treat the flock now, and know and learn what the Most High's expectation is now. We read it earlier about what the Most High's expectation is for us in the body. We read it 2 times. It was about charity. It was about breaking bread. It was about being in agreement with each other. It was about being in peace with each other, not arguing in contention with each other, not debating. Or we get the final judgment. Let that go and go back to Matthew 21. Karai, you had it right?
Yeah.
43? 44.
44. Yeah, we finished 44.
Read verse 45.
Matthew 21 and verse 45. And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parable,
When they heard this parable about the irresponsibility of some individuals as a householder, as a husbandman, over the Most High's inheritance, when they heard this parable, read.
they perceived that he spake of them.
He says they perceive what?
That he spake of them.
He says these Pharisees and these Sadducees and these scribes put 2 and 2 together. Man, this guy's talking about us because we're the leaders of the church. This ain't no story you made up. You talking about us. But the question is, how do you respond when people show you your faults? How do you respond when somebody tells you the truth about you? How do you take the truth? How do you handle the truth about you? Let's see how the Pharisees took the truth about them. Because they put 2 and 2 together. Read.
But when they sought to lay hands on him,
They say what?
when they sought to lay hands on him,
Do you like to lay hands on people that tell you the truth? You know, Matthew Henry had a quote. He says, quite often men prejudice against their own interest. That means, he says, quite often men hate what's actually beneficial for them.
Yeah.
And you know how we hate what's actually beneficial for us? We hate the people that the Most High put in our life that benefit us. That's how we hate or we prejudice against our own interests. We hate the people that the Most High put in front of us to tell us the truth about ourselves. Because what did Christ do? How did they feel when Christ told them, or they perceived that, hey man, this story is about us. This story is about me as a leader, as a shepherd, over the Most High's flock. He said, what?
but when they sought to lay hands on him,
He said, why all of a sudden they want to lay hands on him?
Like you said.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't like what people tell us. We don't like the truth about us. We don't like the truth. We don't like to hear the truth about us. So when we hear the truth about us,
Get violent.
we get violent. We get hostile. We want to fight. We don't like the people that the Most High put in front of us.
Yeah.
What were they guilty of? What were these Pharisees guilty of? Anybody?
Hate.
Hate, why?
Because
Hypocrisy? Why?
Because they, in front of everyone, they were just playing twice. Pretending like they were on some level. But now when their stuff is being exposed, it was required.
When they're what? When their stuff is being what?
Exposed.
Say that again, louder.
When their ish was being exposed.
When their stuff was being exposed. This is what they're guilty of. When somebody starts to expose me for who I am, I start to hate them. When people start telling me the truth about me, I start to despise them. Yes, sir.
Especially in front of lots of other people, because now you're also losing their respect. You're losing your position amongst the people.
You're losing your status.
Losing your shine.
You're losing your status,
Right.
your reputation.
The costume comes off.
Yeah, the costume is coming off. You know what? When you start putting hands and start pointing fingers and start identifying and taking notice of people's flaws, this is the natural motion of man, is to hate the people the Most High put next to him to expose them. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like, I hate you because you're revealing to others what I was trying to hide from everyone.
Say it again.
I hate you because you're revealing to others what I was trying to hide from everyone else.
Is this in the Bible? Go to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15.
Con.
Read that.
Isaiah 29 and 15.
Read that.
Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep
What woe means what?
destruction.
It says, woe unto them that seek deep. What does it mean they seek deep? What are they seeking deep to do? Read.
To hide their counsel.
To do what?
To hide their counsel.
To hide their what?
Their counsel.
To hide their counsel, to hide my intentions. Destruction to those that seek hard to try to hide who they really are and what they're really about. Yes, sis.
I was thinking like at work, the manager was saying, some of y'all are clocking in and y'all are actually on the phone calls, or they'll bring up something that everybody's doing and they'll start.
People start looking around.
Yeah, they're like, if they're talking about them, I know they're not doing
Yeah, can't be talking about me.
Can't be talking about me.
right?
I got kicked out of Starbucks today because she said you just can't be in here and not buy nothing. That's why I got this right here. She thought I was homeless or something. No, she did. She did. She thought I was bumming. I need to dress better or something. She thought I was bumming it, stealing AC. She said,
AC and Wi-Fi.
she said, and she said, I don't know what the hell she was thinking, but she said, I seen you in here before, and you didn't buy nothing. I said, well, if you look at my app, all my points say I buy something every time I'm in here. She said, but I didn't see you last time.
Oh, come on, bro.
I said, then you wasn't looking at me then. But it was a little argument because she was trying to throw me under the bus. I ain't like the way that feel.
Yeah. Trying to embarrass you.
Trying to embarrass me.
There's customers in line.
There's customers in
listening.
Ain't tell nobody else in the store. Nobody else got told that. You can't be in here without buying nothing.
Come on.
She said, even if you study and you buy something after. That's a demon. Anyway, that's a demon. That's a demon. But anyway, listen, man. People, what did Matthew Henry say? He says, quite often men prejudice against their own interests. She don't know what I'm in there for. She don't know what I'm in there for.
Could have helped say.
Could have helped answer some things.
Yeah.
Could have helped out in her life.
Yeah.
Could have gave her some advice. Could have been a secret shopper.
Yeah.
Could have stopped somebody from stealing. The last time I was in there, somebody was stealing mugs. Yeah. But anyway, what do people do? I just thought that was funny, man. It's good though. It's a good thing.
Climb the superhero. You here? Your neighborhood hero.
Yeah, you didn't get out of here, man.
The mug say, right?
Yeah, you get out of here. You ain't buying nothing. You been there too long. Read that again.
God, Isaiah 29:15.
Damn.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel.
It says,
from the Lord.
destruction unto them that seek deep to do what?
To hide their counsel from the Lord.
Why did the Most High send the prophets?
To reveal the people that
To expose what was going on.
God.
To expose the things that people try to hide.
Those dead bones are the secret faults.
Secret faults, things, the secret intentions,
Come.
things about me that I try to cover up that I don't want people to see. The Most High said, you're destroyed if you try your best to try to hide aspects about you as far as your intentions from the Lord. The Most High got people in your life. He chose those people in your life to bring out the things that are not good in you. But what do?
Hate him.
We hate them. We get mad at them. Stone, kill, and beat. And put hands on them. We want to fight the individuals that the Most High put in our life because they're too much bringing out about the things that I'm trying to cover up. That I don't want nobody to see. Read it again.
God, Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel.
It says, destruction unto them that seek deep to hide their what?
Their counsel from the Lord.
Read on.
And their works are in the dark.
And their works are in the what?
In the dark.
You don't like being exposed. All Christ was doing, and all Christ's parable was about every time the Most High sent a prophet to expose the damage and the injury that was going on within the church, they got killed. Every prophet that had something to say against the people was put to death. Woe unto you, rebellious children. The Lord is departing from you because you're rebellious. Put that man to death. Woe unto you, children of Israel, because you're no longer disobedient. Put that man to death. Get rid of that man. Get rid of that individual that's telling me the truth about myself. It's the Most High that put the people in your life to tell you the truth about you. But we mistake the ones that the Most High put in our life as enemies, and these are objects of contempt and disgust. Read.
God, and they say.
And they say what?
Who seeth us?
I don't like nobody telling me about me. I don't like you telling me about what I'm really about. I don't like you bringing out my hypocrisy. I don't like you talking about what's fake about me. I don't like you mentioning the things that I'm trying to cover up. I have character flaws and personality flaws. I lie to myself, and I don't like to be revealed and exposed. And every time the Most High reveal and expose individuals, we want to damage. We want to go to fight mode, or we go to hate mode. Either one. Go to fight mode or hate mode. Either one. Or get rid of mode. Get out my face mode. Either one. But the Most High is not like the Most High don't know. He been sending prophets. He sent Christ and got the same treatment. What are we still doing today as a people? Still hating on people that expose us. Finish that verse 15, read that last part.
God, who seeth us?
Who seeth us, read.
And who knoweth us?
And who know what I'm really about. You don't know what I'm really about. I'd rather keep it that way. I'd rather keep it a secret about the things that's not good in me. Or the fact that the maliciousness that I possess in my spirit. I'd rather not say anything to anybody, put on a fake smile and a fake shalom, and pretend like everything's cool and everything's okay, but deep down inside I hate people. Or I'm not happy, but I'll fake it. Or I hate you for telling me what's wrong with me. Either one. John 15:22.
Yeah.
St. John chapter 15, verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them.
That's why Christ said I had to go to the Pharisees. I had to. Christ said he had to go. It was mandatory that he go to the Pharisees. Why?
It says they had not had sin.
He said they would have not known their sin. They would have not known their faults and mistakes. They would have not known what was wrong with him. If Christ said I had to go to the Pharisees, and he had to put a parable together to make them hear it, and then like, man, this guy's talking about us. Get rid of this guy. He had to paint the story in a way for them to see themselves. He said, but if I didn't do it, they wouldn't know what's wrong with them. Read.
But now they have no cloak for their sin.
Now they have no what?
Cloak for the sin.
What do you do with a cloak?
Cover yourself.
You conceal. You conceal yourself.
Yeah.
It was necessary that the actions and the behavior of the Pharisees be revealed. It was necessary. It is necessary. The problem is, it is also necessary that the Most High remove the cloak that we hide under. But what do we do to the people that the Most High put in our life to peek under the cloak? Oh, man. You got a bad outlook. You put that cloak back down. No, I'm going to pick it back up. You don't want me to pick it up, but you got a negative outlook. You're not a happy person.
You're selfish.
You selfish as hell. Oh, you ungrateful.
Mm.
Oh, man, let me look under this cloak. Oh, you don't appreciate nothing, do you?
You got a lot of bitterness in your heart.
You bitter. You hold on to a bunch of pain.
Yeah.
You hold on to a bunch of pain. You ain't let go. You don't know how to forgive, do you? Ooh. What all this you hiding under here? You don't know how to forgive, huh? You don't know how to let that go, huh? You holding grudges. You still mad, huh? You still mad? Let me pick this cloak up a little bit. Damn, what's under there? Hey, you got a foul mouth. You got a potty mouth. You got a dirty mouth. You got a nasty mouth. You got an ugly mouth. Let me pick this cloak up. That's what the Most High do to everybody. That's why the Most High put the people around us, He put around us. Let me lift this cloak up a little bit and see what's under here. We snatch it back, say, leave it alone. Don't see what you see. Don't look at me. Yeah, I don't know what you're looking for, but you ain't going to find it over here. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish by telling me these things.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. Leave me alone. That's what we do. We don't want nobody to peek under that cloak for all that pain and ill and malice and hate that we've been harboring on to for so long and things that we don't know how to let go of. We just won't want nobody to peek under there. What do? Go to 1 Kings chapter 22. This is a classic example of what we do when people look under that cloak. Because this the Most High gave us the people around us for a reason. 1 Kings 22 and 8.
1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 8 reads, And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat,
Read.
There is yet one man.
He said, there's one more prophet. There's one more prophet that we can consort to and get an answer from. One man that we haven't consulted with that could give us this answer that we need to hear. Read.
Micaiah, the son of Amla, by whom we may inquire of the Lord.
He says there's one man that we can go to that can give us the word of the Lord. Who said this? Jehoshaphat said this, right? He said there's one prophet that will give us the word of the Lord. That will tell me the truth about what the Most High feels. It's Ahab. Yeah, it's Ahab, right?
Yeah,
it's King Ahab, right? Mm-hmm. He says what?
But I hate him.
He said, but what?
I hate him.
This is the one man that we can go to that for sure we can get the truth about the decision that we're about to make.
Yeah.
There's one guy that got the answers. There's a prophet that we know that can give us the answers on whether the Lord will bless this move or not.
He won't sugarcoat it.
He won't sugarcoat it.
Won't make it sound pretty.
He won't deceive us.
Not consider your feelings.
He won't be a yes man.
Yep.
He's not a yes man. He will tell me the truth about myself and what I'm doing. He said, but I hate him. Why?
For he doeth not prophesy good concerning me.
Because he don't tell me what?
Good concerning me.
Because he don't tell me what I want to hear.
He hating on me.
He
He don't tell me lies. He don't butter me up. He don't sugarcoat words.
He don't want to see me win, huh?
He don't want to see me happy. He don't like me for some reason.
Yeah, he don't like me.
He never give me good news.
Man.
He's always telling me the raw, uncut truth about me and how the Most High is not with me. And I'm tired of hearing what this guy got to say because he's always telling me bad news. So what do we do when people are always, the Most High put people in our life to tell us the truth about ourselves, and what do?
Hate him.
We hate them.
Yeah. And remove them, just like Ahab removed this prophet, because he threw him in jail.
Yeah.
He threw him in jail, but we removed the person from our life.
Yeah.
Stop calling him. Stop talking to him.
Or I'm gonna be so crazy to him, I'm gonna force him to leave.
Yeah. Get him out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna misbehave so much you don't want to live. You want to get away from me. I'm gonna cause you to get away from me through my behavior.
Yep.
Is this not what we do to the people that the Most High designed to give us the truth?
Come.
Yes, sir.
If you hate them, you still have a way to injure them too. You know, I'll slander them,
Yeah.
I'll lie on them.
Yeah.
Anything I can do to hurt them, to get them away from.
I think that's how they put Micah to death. They lied and said something on him, and it set him up, and he got put to death off a lie. They said this man does not have the Israel's best interest at heart, and put him to death off of a fake lie. He said, "But I do what to this man?
For he doeth not prophesy good concerning me."
He says, "Because he doeth not prophesy good things concerning me." What people want to hear is the good things about him. Yeah. They want to hear their highlights. Tell me all the things that's sweet about me. Tell all the things you like about me. Tell me all the things that you appreciate about me. Let me talk about my good side. Give my good side, man. Don't worry about that other side. Let me show off the highlights. You don't appreciate me because you never tell me what I do right. Yeah. This life ain't about telling you what you do right. This is about elevating the vessel that you are and becoming a vessel of honor, not a vessel of dishonor. The only way that you can become a vessel of honor in the eyes of the Most High is that you have to be purged. You have to be cleaned. You have to be sterilized. You have to be washed. And you have to be diligently, we read it earlier. I don't know if everybody was here. I don't know. But it's a verse that 2 Timothy 2:19. Who had that? Who had that? Mount Ola, you had that, or I think I had that.
I believe I had it.
You had it. Read that. 2 Timothy 2:19. Read that.
Okay. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 19 reads, "Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure."
Go ahead.
"Having this seal."
It says having this what?
Seal.
Go ahead.
"The Lord knoweth them that are his."
It said the Lord knows that those that are his. These are the ones that are not deformed. These are the ones that are not injurious. These are the ones that are not, what's that other word for marred? Deformed, disfigured, and injured. Yeah. He said the Most High recognizes the ones that are his. How does the Most High recognize the ones that are his? Read on.
"And let every one that nameth the name of Yahushua depart from iniquity."
Because they make their business what?
Depart from iniquity.
They make their business in changing. That's how the Most High can recognize his vessels of honor. Their concern is changing, not hiding. They're more concerned about changing versus concealing the truth about themselves. Tell me what's wrong with me so I can fix it. Not let me keep going under, putting this cloak on and hating you because you're telling me the truth and I hate you for it. Otherwise, the Most High said, I don't recognize those. He said he recognized his. The vessels that are made correctly are the ones that are about change and repentance. Or you could be about concealing, covering up, and shoving what's deep, dark intentions that you have or thoughts that you have deep down in the back of your brain where nobody could see it. And thinking that the Most High will bless you for it, and he will not. He said the ones that are his are occupied in changing. Tell me what's wrong with me. And I'll swallow it and I'll try to make adjustments. But don't hate the people that's there that the Most High put in your life to tell you the truth about yourself. Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Because what do people do when they do that? When they try to conceal the filth that's in them.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely you're turning up things upside down.
What do people do when they try to conceal what's in them and not expose the filth that's in them? They're trying to do what?
Surely you're turning of things upside down.
When they say surely they're turning the things upside down, they're turning the truth into a what?
A lie.
They're trying to turn the truth into a lie. That's not what I feel. That's not who I am. That's not me. You crazy. You tripping. Who told you that? You don't understand me. You don't know me like that. You don't know my background. You don't know my past. You don't know my history. You full of crap. Yes, sis.
I'm thinking about our words that says that when you see your brother doing wrong, how we should behave, not like saying like, oh, really, who's making a mistake, because we don't know when it's us going to be in that same situation.
No, if you love them, you correct them.
No.
If you love somebody, you correct them.
But there isn't anything that says that we're supposed to how to love them.
Of course.
And not.
Get Ecclesiastes 19 and verse 16.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19.
Hold on, let me make sure it's it.
Search 13.
17 and 18.
Get straight to the point.
Talking about our neighbor.
Yep. Get 13.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 13. Admonish a friend.
They say you're supposed to do what?
Admonish a friend.
If you care about somebody, you will what?
Admonish.
Admonish by definition means to correct. Would you want to love somebody and watch them go down the wrong road and not say nothing at all, just for the sake of being friends? Or would you rather tell somebody the truth? It's like you see somebody going the wrong way. Do you let them go down the wrong way? Or do you say, hey, man, you're going down the wrong road? Or you see somebody stepping in the street. Do you say, hey, man, you're in danger? Or do you watch them get hit by a car?
No, you do correct. You do have to be correct, but how to correct?
There's many verses on how to correct. This verse tells you how to correct. It's all in the same verse. You know why it's all in the same verse? Because to admonish means to what? Mildly correct. So the how-to is already written in the verse. So but you're still supposed to correct. But admonish is to mildly correct. Get the definition.
Admonish. 1828, what's the dictionary? To warn.
To what?
To warn.
What else?
Or notify of a fault.
To notify of a fault. You warn somebody, notify somebody of a fault. What else?
To reprove with mildness.
It says to correct with what?
With mildness.
So how do you tell somebody that they're wrong?
With mildness.
You reprove them with mildness. What we do is we scream at people.
Yep.
And we distort the warning.
We mix hate.
We mix hate with correction.
Yeah.
And disgust with correction. I can't stand you. You always get on my nerves.
Yeah. Personal.
It's personal. Are they going to get the message? Or are they getting my hate? Which one is it? So what we don't know how to do is we don't have the right temperament with correction. But you're still supposed to warn people. You're still supposed to let them know that they're off. What else you got, Karar?
It says to reprove a member of the church for a fault.
It says to reprove a member of a church For what?
For a fault.
So do you let people do wrong
No.
in a church?
No.
No. Or come as you are. Bring your rainbow pants and your rainbow flag in the church. Bring your methods in the church. Or do you not correct them? Yes, sir.
What calls it constructive criticism?
Constructive criticism.
Right.
But what we rule with hate and disgust, because we're partly vexed at this person's issues, because we go far above, and because this person is inconveniencing me. So I commingle how they're inconveniencing me and my emotions with the correction, and it distorts the correction. But you don't let nobody slide from nothing in the church if they're worthy of being corrected, if they're making mistakes. You got to say something. You just don't have to say it with malice and with a malicious intent. Answer your question. So get that. Let that go. Let's go back to where we was at in Isaiah 29,
Isaiah 29,
verse 16.
Yes, sir. Surely you're turning of things upside down.
Because when I don't want to hear the truth, and I'm telling people that the Most High put in my life, don't look at me, don't see what you see, don't correct me, I'm trying to turn the truth upside down. I'm trying to switch the narrative, control the narrative. I'm trying to make everything fit my liking, how I see things, my point of view. I try to alter and skew the truth. Read.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed.
It shall be looked at as what?
As the potter's clay.
You're going against who?
The Most High.
Because we read in the beginning, who is the potter?
The Most High.
Who is the clay?
We are.
Us.
Us. So who am I going against? When I'm going against the people the Most High told me that He sent to me to tell me about myself.
His will.
You're going against, you'll be looked at as the potter's clay. Meaning you are not in submission. The clay is supposed to be in submission to the potter. So when I argue, debate, and hate the individuals that the Most High put in my life to peel back the cloak, to tell me about myself, I'm actually going against whom?
The Most High.
The Most High. Read.
Or shall the work say of him that made it?
So who are you going against?
The Most High.
You're going against the Most High. Shall the work say to the thing that made him, we're the potter. I mean, he's the potter, we're the clay. So is the clay supposed to talk back to the potter? No. That's why when men and women get out of order, they think that they're getting out of order with man. You're not getting out of order with man. Or woman, you get out of order with the Most High. But you think you're just there talking to a man. The Most High put those men in your life like He sent the prophets. Now, if you beat them, stone them, and kill them, that's up to you. Or you want to lay hands on them, that's up to you. Read. I got you, Corral. Hold on.
Come. Shall the work say unto him that made it, He made me not?
He didn't. That listen. You know, he don't understand me. You don't know why I'm like this. You don't understand. You don't have enough knowledge and enough wisdom to analyze me. My situation is complicated. Really? Is it this complicated? Meaning you going through something in the world that ain't nobody in the world ever went through. Read.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
You don't understand me. You're not qualified to counsel me. You're not qualified to pick me apart. You're not qualified to correct me. You're not on my level. You don't understand me. But what do men do? Men will say anything. Women will say anything to turn things upside down. Anything but to hear the truth about themselves. I'll say anything to reverse it. Uno reverse. I got you. I don't see you do it though.
What about you?
I don't see you do what you tell me to do. I got you. What about you? Uno reverse. You telling me I see you do the same thing. Uno reverse. Wow, change color. Draw 4. Uno. Yeah. Reverse. Yeah, skip. It's my turn. I got all the things. I got evidence that you're guilty too. I got evidence of your mistakes. Come on, man. We're not playing games. The Most High said people will do anything to turn the situation upside down. The truth is, stop hiding about your flaws and intentions. Let somebody expose what's inside of you instead of trying to put hands on them. Because that's what the Pharisees did. That's what all Israel has done throughout time, is want to hate the people that the Most High put there to identify the changes that you have to make. That's been an age-old mistake. So we got that in 16, right?
Yeah, that was all 16.
What do we do? So we know what the Pharisees do. What do we do? Go to Job 31 and 13. Job chapter 31 verse 13.
Job chapter 31 and verse 13 reads, if I did despise the cause of my manservant.
What do we do?
Despise the cause of my manservant.
What we do is something similar to what the Pharisees do. What we do is similar to what the Pharisees do. You know what we do? We do the same thing that Christ said the Pharisees did. What did the Pharisees do? How did Christ break down the parable of the Most High's being the householder and the Pharisees being the husbandmen taking care of the vineyard? How they were abusive in their nature. So what we do is this. The Most High says we're still just as guilty as the Pharisees because we do what? Read.
If I did despise the cause of my manservant.
It says, when I mistreat the people around me that the Most High put under me. Still going back to the Pharisees. How do I mistreat the people that the Most High put around me and under me? He said, I despise what?
My manservant.
How? Read it again.
If I despise the cause.
He said, if I despise the cause, which is their concerns. Read.
Of my manservant.
Read.
Or of my maidservant.
Or of my maidservant. How do I despise the cause of what people are bringing to my attention? Read.
When they contended with me.
When they do what?
Contended with me.
To word contend means to make a complaint. You know what we do? How do we conceal the truth about us? Is that as soon as somebody has something to say about us, we hate them too. And we shun them. And we don't want to hear nothing they got to say. It's almost like the Most High, the closer that somebody has of a bead and a truth about us, we hate them the more. The more that a person can identify what's wrong with me, the more I elevate my disgust towards them. And this is how the Most High can see that we're being bad householders. We're being bad husbandmen. Because the people that can see my flaws the most is the one I hate the most. And I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Isn't that how a husband treat a wife? Isn't that how a wife treat a husband? Isn't that how brothers deal with brothers and sisters deal with sisters? Yeah. Sisters don't like the sister that can see everything wrong about them. Sisters stay away from the sisters that can see them. Sisters don't like sisters that can see BS. Yeah. Especially their particular BS. I'm cool with these other sisters because these other sisters don't really see me. But I don't like these other sisters because these other sisters can see right through me. Or I'm cool with these brothers Because these brothers don't see me. But I don't like these brothers because these brothers can see my flaws. I don't like them. I'm cool with these. I'm chill with these. But I'm not good with these. What are we doing? What are we doing? What we're doing is we shut people down that has a bead on us. The people that have a bead on us that can see our flaws, we shut them down. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Because what I really don't want to do is I don't want to hear the truth. So I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You just a hater. He said what?
What then shall I do when the Most High riseth up?
He says, read that again though. You got to read that verse 16 one more time.
Come.
No. Read verse 13.
Come. If I did despise the cause of my manservant, or of my maidservant, when then, when
Come
they
on. Read it again. Read it again.
Come. If I did despise the cause of my manservant, or of my maidservant.
You know how people do this? Go to Proverbs 18 and 13. And another brother read Ecclesiastes 11 and 7. This is what people do when this is how you know, this is how the Most High knows that you despise the complaints of the people around you about the truth about you. What do you do to the people around you that how the Most High can understand that you got hate towards the people that are there to bring out what's possibly wrong about you? Read that right there. Proverbs 28:13.
Proverbs 28, verse 13.
18:13. I'm sorry, 18:13.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13.
Read that.
He that answereth a matter before he heareth it.
What do I do?
He that answereth a matter before he heareth it.
I try to cut you off. When you're about to say what's wrong with me and I feel like you're about to tell me what's wrong with me, I'm going to beat you to the punch and cut you off. Whether I got to be rude, whether I got to disrupt or I got to get loud, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to beat you to what you're about to say. Because I don't want to hear, I truthfully don't want to hear what you have to say. I'll create an argument. I'll fabricate an argument. I'll make an argument out of thin air. I'll create one. Magician style. Just voila. Argument out of nowhere. Why? Because I can kind of tell you're about to say something, and I'm going to cut you off. I don't like what you're about to say. Read.
He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him.
It's really a shame, but this is when people start cutting you out. This is when people stop listening. Because I stopped listening because I really don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm preparing myself to dodge some truth. I'll either hang up, or I'll get loud, or I'll throw a melee. Hey, smoke bomb! Look over there, squirrel! Get off my trail! You're watching me too close. I'm gonna cut you off before. I'm gonna stop you from talking. Ecclesiastes 11 and 7.
Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Oh, I just say, man, it's all your fault. It ain't my fault. It's not my problem. It's your fault. Everything is your fault. What do people do when they do this? Why do people do this? Why do people cut you off in speech, act like they already know what you're going to say? They really don't want to hear you. Because what are they trying to avoid? Correction, being exposed, yes. Having to be accountable for what you're about to say. Shame. I don't want to be embarrassed. I'm trying to hide from being embarrassed. That wasn't what I meant to do. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Oh, I get the instant defensive. You're taking what I'm saying the wrong way. Instant defensive. Instantly defensive. Quick. Why are we doing all this? I really don't want to hear what you got to say. I'm trying to dodge the fact that there's something that I need to change. And anytime, whether it's a wife, a husband, anytime we do it to each other. Anytime that that other person is about to come out or can come out with things that I need to adjust that is not so pretty about me, that is the person that I despise, and I try to blame, or I try to switch the narrative, or I try to turn the situation upside down, and I try to put it on them because they can see me. We like people that don't see us. We prefer people that don't see us. But we don't like people that can see us. Those are the actual people that we should be running to, not running from.
Yep.
Those are the people that we should actually be listening to and be willing to hear, because they're going to hear like Micaiah. They're going to give us the real truth. Let the righteous smite me, right?
Yeah.
What you got? Okay. Let the righteous smite me. It should be a kindness, right? So, yes, sis.
Or it's the opposite, where it talks about my therefore becoming an enemy because I tell you the truth.
Right. And that's what we despise. That's when we despise the cause of our men servants and maiden servants, by not hearing them when they contend. The Most High wants you to listen. Even if you don't like what people have to say about you, you have to listen to really understand you, the truth about you. You got to hear the truth about you no matter what, even if you don't like it. Some people call it the ugly truth. Why is it the ugly truth? Because it ain't pretty. Because it don't feel good. Because correction is grievous unto him that what? Forsaketh the way. It don't feel good. But that's how you're made better. Yes, sir.
Could that be possibly the fruit that he sent his servants to go collect?
Yeah, we talked about the fruit that he went to go collect, which is the expanding of the church. But the expanding of the church only happens when the behavior is right.
Right.
What Christ is saying is he created that parable because the husbandman's behavior was out of whack. They was whooping up on the servants. They was abusing the servants. The behavior was wrong.
Or were they giving up that fruit? Like, or were they? Their behavior wasn't correct.
Yeah, but the behavior is what yields the expansion of the church in totality. When we display the right behavior, that's what makes the Most High bless what we're doing, and He expands the church. That's the usury the Most High wants. He wants more believers. But if I'm beating, killing, and stoning people, I'm not making believers. I'm making enemies. But read that in where we at? Let that go, Ecclesiastes. And let's go back to Job. We was Job. Read verse 14.
Come. Job chapter 31, verse 14 reads, "What then shall I do when the Most High riseth up?"
So what am I going to do when the Most High rises up against me? I wouldn't hear the people around me that the Most High put around me to tell me the truth. So what am I going to say to the Most High when he comes back? To that householder that comes back to his vineyard?
Either the truth or some bull.
What are we going to say to the Lord? Read on. Salakia.
Yeah.
And when he visited, what shall I answer him?
You know what we're going to answer? You know how we're going to respond to the Most High? When the Most High was saying, you despise the people that I put around you to bring about the truth in you, to show you the things that you should be concerned about, that were concerns, that you should have been making adjustment. What are we going to tell the Lord when he comes back? We're going to tell the Most High. Hold that, Bawala. Somebody give me Isaiah, next reader, Isaiah 64 and 8. He said, what shall I answer him? You know what we're going to answer? We're going to answer the Most High. Isaiah chapter 64, verse 8.
Isaiah chapter 64, verse 8. But now, O Lord, thou art our Father.
It says, this is how we're going to respond to the Most High. Oh, Father, you're our Father. You are our Father. Read.
We are the clay.
I'm just what?
Clay.
You're the potter. I'm just what?
It's a grunt.
I'm just a grunt. I'm just a clay. I'm just a clay, man. What does that mean when we're going to tell the Most High?
I ain't know no better.
I didn't know no better.
You know it wasn't all that. You know I made mistakes.
I'm just a lump.
You made me.
I'm just a lump of dirt.
Yeah. You molded me this way.
I'm just a lump of dirt and water mixed together. But I mistreated people. I'm a worm. But I despise people. But I don't hear people out. I cut them off when I cut off their concerns about me. I hate the ones that have a bead on me that can identify what's wrong with me. But what we're going to tell the Most High? I'm just clay. I'm just dirt and water. I'm just minerals and rocks. He said, what?
But now, O Lord, thou art our Father.
Read. You my Father. Read.
We are the clay.
That's a lie. Because if we really believe that the Most High was our Father, we would have been listening to the ones that the Most High put around us to fix us.
Yeah.
What we're saying is, you're our Father, meaning you're in control. You control, but we're the ones that didn't want the Most High's control. Yeah. We're the ones that try to put a cloak on everything. We're the ones that said, who seeth me? Nobody understands. We're the ones that said, the Most High didn't make me.
Yep.
Read.
Just like Adam, well, you're the one that gave me this wife.
Right. It's the wife you gave me.
Yeah.
Your fault. Like,
it was the wife you gave me.
You kind of set me up.
Yeah. That's what we're saying.
I was single.
You knew this was going to happen. Read on.
Thou art our Father, we are the clay, and thou our potter.
It says, you're the what?
Potter.
Now we're going to put the blame back on who?
Wow. The Most High.
Do you believe what we're going to do? Read that last part, my Waller, what you read in verse 14.
Come. Joel chapter 31 and verse 14, latter part. And when he visited, what shall I answer him?
Read.
Did not he that made me in the womb?
No. Verse 14. Yep. Read verse 14.
What then shall I do when the Most High riseth up?
Yeah, finish that.
And when he visited, what shall I answer him?
He said, what shall I answer him? Read.
Did not he?
No, hold that.
Isaiah 64.
Isaiah 64 verse 8.
Yes. Read that.
But now, O Lord, thou art our Father. We are the clay.
He said, we are the what?
We are the clay.
Read.
And thou our potter. And we all are the work of thy hand.
It says, when we say we are the work of your hands, who are we putting the blame back on?
Most High.
We're putting the blame on him.
In judgment, we won't take accountability. Yeah.
There's no accountability.
Turn it upside down. Still.
We're turning it.
Just more deflecting.
We not only turn it upside down on men. We'll actually, when the Most High returns, we'll actually turn it upside down on him.
Uno reverse the Most High.
Well, Uno reverse the Most High. I'm just a man.
Yeah.
I'm just a woman. I'm just human. I'm just a human like everybody else. But you got a lot of hate in you, though.
Yeah, that's different.
You know how to conceal the truth. You know how to hate the people that was there to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know how to put hands on people.
Yeah.
You know how to stone people. You know how to kill people.
Yeah. Slander.
You know how to slander. But now you're just a human.
Yeah.
Now you're just little old bit of me. Little boy from the black bottom.
A little boy.
Little boy.
Little bit old me. Little boy from the black bottom.
I mean, hurt nobody.
I ain't mean to hurt nobody. Little old bit of me. Like I say, little Richard say.
Yeah.
Little old bit of me. I'm just little pull back boy from the back bottom. No, ain't no excuses. I'm just a project baby.
I'm just a project. I'm just a project baby. I didn't know no better.
I didn't know. I was from the ghetto. I was from the barrio.
Yeah.
I didn't know no better. No, you know how to hate. You know how not to listen. You know how not to change.
Yeah.
Debate.
You know how to argue. But what we gonna answer the Most High? You in charge, Lord. You're the potter. I'm just the clay. Read on.
Verse 9. Be not wroth very sore.
Don't be mad at me, Lord. Don't be angry with me. It's just a little old bitty me. Don't be mad at me.
Man.
Read.
O Lord, neither remember iniquity forever.
Let certain things go. Can you let some things go? Can you have some compassion on me?
Mercy.
Please have some mercy on me. Mercy me. mercy me. Read.
You know, the funny part is, that's how you know Most High gonna touch you. Because he knows he's in court. He's the judge.
Mhm.
I know you're gonna ask for mercy. Then I'm gonna pull out your mercy card and look at all the people you didn't get mercy. You didn't get mercy to this person.
You beating us
Yeah.
to it. You beating us to it. You beating us to it. But you right on. You spot on. He said, "We want what?"
Oh Lord, neither remember iniquity forever.
He said, "Don't hold it against me." Read.
Behold, see, we beseech thee.
We beg you, Lord. Go ahead.
We are all thy people.
We are all your people. But didn't we read earlier that the Most High said He recognized the ones that are His?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
How did He recognize the ones that were His?
That depart from iniquity.
He says they do what?
They depart from iniquity.
So the Most High knows that these are the ones that have been working on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones that have been calling on Christ and changing in the name of Christ their behavior.
Yeah.
But what we're going to say in the end is, we're all your people.
Yeah, we're all each other.
Accept us the way we are. You created all of us.
Yeah.
But not everybody is a vessel of honor.
Not all Israel is Israel.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And those are the same people that say that, Lord, Lord, for we have prophesied in our name.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, individuals that talk the scripture.
God, absolutely. So he said, "I never knew you." He said,
We are all thy people.
we are all what?
Thy people.
Read.
Verse 10. Thy holy cities are a wilderness.
Go ahead.
Zion is a wilderness.
What else?
Jerusalem, a desolation.
It said we're in a bad situation. Read.
Our holy and our beautiful house, where our fathers praised thee,
We didn't have nowhere to go. Read.
is burned up with fire,
Read.
and all our pleasant things are laid waste.
Look at my condition. Look at the condition that I'm in. I had nowhere to go to serve the Lord. I had nowhere to go to get corrected. I had nowhere to go to get worked on. Do you really think the Most High is going to buy that excuse?
No.
Read.
Wilt thou refrain thyself for these things?
He says,
O Lord?
will you at least consider my situation? All the spiritual places where I couldn't trust. Can you consider my circumstance? That's what we're going to be asking the Most High for. We're your people. We're just clay. Do you think that's really going to fly when the Most High comes back?
Mm-mm.
Do you think it's going to fly?
No.
Read on.
Wilt thou refrain thyself for these things, O Lord? Wilt thou hold thy peace?
He says what?
Wilt thou hold thy peace?
He says, wilt thou hold thy peace? He says, can you please have some mercy and be at peace with me? I tried. Read.
Wilt thou hold thy peace and afflict us very sore?
Are you going to really take it out on me? Look at what I've gone through.
I've been through.
Look at what I've been through. I'm just human. Are you going to take it out on me? Really? What have we been doing the whole time? Flipping things around.
I had good intentions.
I had good intentions.
That's a major one too.
I tried my best.
Yeah.
But I argued with the people that the Most High sent around me to show me me.
Act like a devil.
But I'm gonna.
But I can't tell I get corrected.
But I want mercy though.
Yeah.
Job 31:15. My Willa, you had that right?
You know what's crazy though?
Hold on. Let me get this. Read that.
Job chapter 31 and verse 15 reads, did not he that made me in the womb make him?
He said, but you know what the Most High wanted? What did the Most High want in how I dealt with the people around me? What does he mean when he says, did not what?
Did not he that made me in the womb make him?
What did the Most High expect from me? Yes. Say it again. You got to speak up.
To have like compassion and empathy for the people he puts around him.
Right. What does that mean when he says what? Read it again. That's correct.
Did not he that made me in the womb make him?
He says, how come you didn't look at the person next to you as equal to yourself? You want compassion and mercy from the Most High, but the people around you, to you, you're above them and they're beneath you. You want mercy from the Most High in the end, but you can't look at the person right next to you as what? at least equal. Well, aren't y'all both created things? That's all the Most High was expecting, equity. You want all this mercy, but you were inequitable. But now you expect the Most High to give it to you when you couldn't look at the people around you and treat them fair. Could I at least look at the people around me and say, hey man, we're both created in the womb. We're both the Most High's clay. Read.
Come. And did not one fashion us in the womb?
And did not the Most High fashion both of us in the womb? What is the Most High's anticipation is? I got to be able to look at you right. But I got to look at you at least equals. Like, man, we're both created beings. We didn't create ourselves. We were both created by the Most High. I should have the same mercy on you that I would want for myself. The problem is we want what we can't give. We want mercy from the Most High, but can't give the person that's created just like us the benefit of the doubt. But we want from the Most High, though, what we don't give to people. But we're going to ask the Most High, just little old bitty me, I'm just a piece of dirt. I'm just clay, Lord. Don't be angry forever. Well, I couldn't look at the person next to me as a piece of clay too. And just like I want mercy, I should give them mercy. Just like I want forgiveness and compassion, I should give them forgiveness and compassion. The same things that I want from the Lord, can I at least give it to the next person? Read.
Verse 16. If I have withheld the poor from their desires.
Or did I turn cold? Did I turn cold on each other? Because all this is going to determine how the Most High looks at us when he returns. When the Lord of the house returns. Like the parable he told the Pharisees. Are we just going to be able to use the fact that I'm just a piece of clay? And it's not my fault? Now back to Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 5. And we're going to wrap it up because we're going to go into another part. And I don't want to start it until it didn't take too long. We're going to go into another aspect of the same topic. We're going to finish this next week. Jeremiah 18 and 5.
Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 5. Then the word of the Most High came to me, saying, O house of Israel.
Oh what?
O house of Israel.
Read.
Cannot I do with you as this potter?
He says, are you going to allow me to mold you like the potter is molding the clay? Are you going to yield control to me? Like the potter has the ability to correct and make again and rework the clay that was marred and do it over? Are you going to let me remake you? Are you going to let me refashion you? Because you can't use the excuse in the end, I'm just a piece of clay. Of course, the Most High already know that. But the problem is, we're just pieces of clay that didn't follow.
Wow.
That didn't allow the Most High to mold us.
Yeah.
That didn't let anybody tell us what's going on with us. The truth about us. Read.
O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith the Most High? Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand.
He said, because truthfully, yes, you're in my hands. Read.
Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye.
So are what?
So are ye in my hand.
And the Most High said, we're in what?
In the Most High's hand.
We're in the Most High's hands. So who put the people around you to pull back the cloak of wickedness that we so try to hide and try to ignore and suppress?
Most High.
The Most High did. Who got you with your partner?
Most High.
Who got you with the people? Who got you in this congregation? Who woke you up to this truth?
Most High.
Who put the people in front of you so you could see you?
The Most High.
He said, but are we not giving them that ability to have that power by setting the situation up? These are the people there to mold us. And he says he would recognize his, because his are the ones that are departing from what? Iniquity. These are the ones that are changing. These are the ones that are allowing themselves to be molded. You can run from the one that has power over the clay, or you can use the excuse in the end, I'm only clay. It's not going to work. So with that, we're going to continue with this topic, but finish it next week on Wednesday. All right, any questions? With that, we're going to say shalom. We'll see you again on Friday. Dawiyat, see you on Friday?
Yes, sir.
Dawiyat will be back in action on Friday, edifying the body. With that, we're going to say shalom. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, everybody.